Time is the coin of your life. It is the only coin you have, and only you can determine how it will be spent. Be careful lest you let other people spend it for you. I tell you, the past is a bucket of ashes, so live not in your yesterdays, no just for tomorrow, but in the here and now. Keep moving and forget the post-mortems, and remember, no one can get the jump on the future. Valor is a gift. Those having it never know for sure whether they have it till the test comes. And those having it in one test never know for sure if they will have it when the next test comes. There is an eagle in me that wants to soar, and there is a hippopotamus in me that wants to wallow in the mud. When a nation goes down, or a society perishes, one condition may always be found: they forgot where they came from. They lost sight of what had brought them along. Strange things blow in through my window on the wings of the night wind, and I don't worry about my destiny. The sea speaks a language polite people never repeat. It is a colossal scavenger slang and has no respect. Anger is the most impotent of passions. It affects nothing it goes about, and hurts the one who is possessed by it more than the one against whom it is directed. In these times you have to be an optimist to open your eyes when you awake in the morning. Every blunder behind us is giving a cheer for us, and only for those who were willing to fail are the dangers and splendors of life. Poetry is the opening and closing of a door, leaving those who look through to guess about what is seen during the moment. Arithmetic is where the answer is right and everything is nice, and you can look out of the window and see the blue sky. Or the answer is wrong and you have to start over and try again and see how it comes out this time. All politicians should have 3 hats: one to throw into the ring, one to talk through, and one to pull rabbits out of if elected. There have been as many varieties of socialists as there are wild birds that fly in the woods and sometimes go up and on through the clouds. You remember some bedrooms you have slept in. There are bedrooms you like to remember and others you would like to forget. I have often wondered what it is an old building can do to you when you happen to know a little about things that went on long ago in that building. A politician should have 3 hats: one for throwing into the ring, one for talking through, and one for pulling rabbits out of if elected. Here is the difference between Dante, Milton, and me. They wrote about hell and never saw the place. I wrote about Chicago after looking the town over for years and years. I have always felt that a woman has the right to treat the subject of her age with ambiguity until, perhaps, she passes into the realm of over 90. Then it is better she be candid with herself and with the world. I stayed away from mathematics not so much because I knew it would be hard work as because of the amount of time I knew it would take, hours spent in a field where I was not a natural. I took to wearing a black tie known as the ascot, with long drooping ends. I had seen pictures of painters, sculptors, poets, wearing this style of tie. I had taken a course in ethics. I read a thick textbook, heard the class discussions, and came out of it saying I hadn't learned a thing I didn't know before about morals and what is right or wrong in human conduct. I make it clear why I write as I do and why other poets write as they do. After hundreds of experiments, I decided to go my own way in style and see what would happen. My room for books and study or for sitting and thinking about nothing in particular to see what would happen was at the end of a hall. I can remember only a few of the strange and curious words now dead but living and spoken by the English people 1,000 years ago. I knew I would read all kinds of books and try to get at what it is that makes good writers good. But I made no promises that I would write books a lot of people would like to read. I wrote poems in my corner of the Brook Street station. I sent them to 2 editors who rejected them right off. I read those letters of rejection years later and I agreed with those editors. Shame is the feeling you have when you agree with the woman who loves you that you are the man she thinks you are. We had 2 grand antique professors who had been teaching at Lombard since before I was born. Often I look back and see that I had been many kinds of a fool and that I had been happy in being this or that kind of fool. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.